The three of them are so awesome, and they did such a great job organizing, helping everyone get the funds together, get all the paperwork done, that my job was very easy thanks to them. So I'm very appreciative of them. And I got to focus on just helping people prepare their performances and things like that. So I got to do the fun part of the job.
Yeah, that's really nice. So do you have anything else to say about BEST, like some interesting parts, like maybe the other ETAs that help out?
Yeah, so obviously I'm not the only American teaching in this country. There's a bunch of us all around Bulgaria, and it's been very cool to hear from them all of their different experiences with BEST, because we're all at such different schools in such different places. I will say, for anyone who's listening and who is a student at Jordan Radichkov, we have a tournament that will come up in February, and if you want to find out more, and if you want to see what it's like, come talk to us. We would love to have you.
Yeah, so that was my next question. How would a student come to be a part of BEST? How is the process like? What he gotta do?
Yeah, an excellent question. So if a student wants to join, we typically hold a event where they can come see examples of performances. It's called our showcase. So they can watch and they see what it looks like to participate in BEST. And then if they're interested, they can start attending our meetings. We hold meetings usually once, sometimes twice a week, closer to competitions. And, to find out where they are and when they are, all they need to do is ask me or a member of the team.
Now, you mentioned a variety of subjects, like the Lord of the Rings, do you notice, or at least the students in the team, an overarching theme about the pieces? Like a comedy? Is there horror? Is there more like,
I think every tournament is different, because sometimes you can see themes, right? Sometimes there's something that's really popular and people from around Bulgaria will choose similar things. But for me, the coolest thing is that there usually isn't one theme that everyone talks about. Even if you can see a lot of similarities, there's always a lot of different material. So students can take it any way they want to, right? Comedy, horror, classic, modern. You can choose what you're passionate about.
Do you have a favorite performance, like you've watched one or like multiple people perform it? You get what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I can't choose favorites from our team because they're all incredible.
Yeah, so, excluding our team.
Of course.
Performance maybe perhaps from your past team, from the skirt team that you really, really liked.
So one performance that I saw this tournament was a really, really cool interpretation of the Hunger Games. That had some really cool movement. You were in the room, I believe. So they were really exciting for me to watch. And then one performance I remember from 6 years ago was a duo. I think duos are usually pretty memorable. And they performed Venom. And one of the members of the duo, right, was the kind of voice, right, of the symbiote, and the other one was Eddie. And that was a really cool two-person act.
That sounds really cool.
So you mentioned your favorite category. Do you think students tend to gravitate towards a certain category, or it just depends on the person?
I think honestly, it's just so hard to predict. I think this tournament, we had some people try new categories for themselves, and we had a lot of people, do new pieces for categories that they've already done. So it all just depends on, what a student wants to explore. I think really it changes every tournament and it changes with every team.
Yeah, so there isn't a constant majority of people choosing prose or a constant majority of people choosing poems. It's different every time because people want to try out something new.
Right. I think there's always going to be a lot of people trying poetry and prose because I think it's maybe the easiest introduction to BEST, right? Duo requires a lot of movement. Original oratory is entirely your own writing, so there's a big commitment there. Prose and poetry are maybe the best introduction But that being said, any of these categories are something that someone could jump into and run with even for their first time. It'll be difficult, but they're doable.
Yeah, with your help and your team's help, everybody can do it.
Right. I mean, my help is mostly baking for the bake sales. The team does a lot of the work, but they make me look good.
That's right.
Are there any advice or tips you can give to people who want to participate, but they might have a stage fright or not as clear as a pronunciation?
Sure. So BEST is a great supportive place for people to practice speaking. That's part of what I love about it. So, you know, a big part of our practices is getting used to performing in front of each other, right? Before you go in front of an audience of strangers, sometimes it can be really good to practice performing in front of your friends on the team. Everyone on the team is really supportive, right? So it's a very safe place for people to come, even if they're afraid of performing in public. You can get used to that feeling with people who are going to be supportive and who are going to help you. And then once you feel comfortable performing, Maria has a very special treatment that she gives people to prepare them for practice.
Drop the secret formula.
So, very close to the time that we actually go to the tournament, we like to have a practice where we just mess with everyone who's speaking.
On purpose?
Yes. So we throw chestnuts and we crumple up water bottles and we play all of the noises off of our phone. And if you can make it through that and then go perform, you're not going to be distracted by anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get the prisoner of war treatment, kind of. If they can't concentrate through that, they can concentrate through everything.
Honestly, yeah.
And full credit to Team Veden for that. I had never seen this done before this year, and it was very fun to participate in, and it worked. All of our performers did a really great job once they got to the tournament. So
yeah, when they performed, they did not flinch, not one bit.
You heard it yourselves, listeners. Team Veden has the best team. Just like this episode, it is the best one.
Yeah. So, what would you say about the tournaments? When do they actually take place?
Right, so our next one is going to be, I think, in early or mid-February.
I think it's the second weekend of February. That's how it goes, I think.
Yes, I believe you're correct. So, you know, I think around December, our team is going to start looking at pieces, start practicing again. I know you're excited.
Very.
So, that's going to be our next tournament that anyone is welcome to join for. You know, anyone who's interested in joining the team, this is going to be sort of your chance to go see what a BEST tournament is like. And then for everyone from the fall tournament that we just went to who made it to the final round, or for anyone who makes it to the final round in this February tournament, they will be invited to perform at the national tournament, which is in Sofia, and it's going to be in April. So I know you're excited to go to that, and we have several more people from our team who qualified, and we're super proud of all of them, and hopefully we'll have a few more people who qualify in February who can make the trip with us.
Yeah. So, I think this was it.
Yeah, thanks so much for taking time, of obviously coaching the team. We're going to destroy them in February, by the way.
Yeah, we sure are. Thank you for being with us, Joey. We're really glad that we have you here.
Thank you guys, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you guys as well for listening to the podcast of Foreign Language High School. You're Dan Radichkov. Tune in to the next episode. Goodbye.